Good afternoon, traders. My name is Tomasz Wiśniewski. I'm a Chief Analyst in Alpari Research and Analysis, and this is Daily Analytical Report. So let me show you what's going on the markets, and let's try to for decent trading occasions, decent trading opportunities. First, before we'll start trading, and by the way, in 1 hour we start live trading session. Where I will show you my live trading account, my live account where I'm trading on the market. Recently it's going quite right. Made some very good trades, and I still have one trade open, but I won't tell you now which one. If you're interested in that, let's talk in 1 hour. First, we'll go with the calendar, where we started the day with the trade balance, import-exports from China. The data was better than expected. We also had the trade balance from Germany, which came worse than expected. We also we'll have in 28 minutes important data from Great Britain, where we will find out about manufacturing production, industrial production. So important data for cable, but cable is now driven by news from the UK, from the Brexit negotiations. So we are very close to the deal, to the border deal between Ireland and Britain, and that's helping British pound to climb higher. But today everything is it's all about the non-farm payrolls, and ahead of non-farm payrolls, American dollar is much stronger. Important news for the stock traders is that we removed the danger of government shutdown. That was delayed to Christmas. It's kind of a tradition for Americans, so it's a kind of a big news, but it's just happening all the time, so I don't really know why it's still important, why it's still considered an important news, but okay. And that's the calendar for today, so mostly non-farm payrolls, obviously. We do have this government shutdown and Brexit talks. As it's Friday, let us look on the calendar for the next week. What should we expect next week? Monday, usually very easy. It's the same. Next Monday, we'll have on Tuesday pack of data from UK, PPI, CPI, so important data, definitely. On Wednesday, pack of data from US, also CPI, also FOMC economic projections, interest rate decision. So event that everybody's waiting for. As you can see, we're expecting a rise in interest rates in US from 1.25 to 1.5. So it's next week's trading will be all about Wednesday Fed decision, but well, it's more or less certain that we will have this decision, this rise. So I think that the more important event will be CPIs and economic projections, FOMC economic projections. We'll see how FOMC members see the future, how they see 2018. On Thursday, we start with job data from Australia, rate decision from Swiss National Bank, along with the press conference. Also interest rate decision from UK. No changes are expected. Retail sales from US and a press conference and rate decision from Eurozone. So Wednesday and Thursday ultra important for the traders. So tomorrow, well, not tomorrow, but the next week, it's all about central banks. We do have major central banks deciding about the interest rate. So definitely volatility should be high. Also CPIs are also very important, especially for central banks to decide about interest rate decision. So next week definitely very interesting. That being said, let me show you the charts right now. We can start with the technical analysis. We'll start with euro-dollar. Euro-dollar, which just touched an important horizontal support. But I would like to start first with the accuracy. Here, our price respected 1.1806 since the middle of November. Here. After the breakout, it was tested as a support. After the breakout, it was tested as a resistance once. 4 times yesterday. We got a nice bounce, which started this strong downswing. And currently, we are testing horizontal support. So no surprise that we stopped exactly here. So now we shouldn't get a breakout here for the next 5 hours. Because slowly ahead of the non-farm payrolls data, the volatility should decrease and traders will wait instead of like trading and making important decisions ahead of this event. Well, if we wouldn't have non-farm payrolls, we would have a long-term sell signal and a short-term buy signal. Australian dollar to Canadian dollar. Here I had a position for a few days. Short position which I closed today, but I will explain you that in 1 hour. That position ended with a break-even point, so with a small profit. What we have here is a still long-term sell signal, but I closed this position because I don't like this hammer from 2 days ago, and I don't like this candle here on hourly chart. So this is kind of a V-shaped reversal. V-shaped reversal are strong patterns, so are strong bullish patterns. So actually I don't want to be with a short position when this kind of a pattern is present. That's why I closed my short position here. Gold, as you can see, I also had a position here, but a short one. I closed that today. Nice profit, over 1,000 euros, but again I will explain that in 1 hour. What is my sentiment on gold? Well, it's bearish, and I was telling that for last few days, so you shouldn't be surprised that that we got a strong downswing. Why we had a bearish outlook on gold? That was caused by a breakout of this long-term uptrend line and a lower line of the triangle and a horizontal support here. So price ramped through 3 important supports in one place, which was showing us a weakness of buyers and really big determination of sellers. And there was nothing else left, right? With such a strong directional movement, and sell signal was created, and you shouldn't go against such a strong signal which was shown yesterday when the price just made a waterfall movement, like from the very beginning to the very end, huge downswing. And if we look on a daily candlestick, that was one of the biggest bearish days on the record, like most recently. I guess that since July. Weakness on gold was also caused by the strength of the American dollar. So ahead of the non-farm payrolls, we do have a very strong American dollar. We broke the upper line of the flag here. We broke the horizontal resistance marked with orange color, and after that we do have two bullish candles in a row. And ahead of the non-farm payrolls, we are heading towards this resistance on 94.25 points. If we wouldn't have non-farm payrolls, the chance that we'll get there would be very, very high. And that's, well, sentiment on for dollar is positive, and we should see a continuation of this movement. Australian dollar to American dollar, that was what was expected by us recently. So the price broke the lower line of the flag, then the long-term uptrend line, and that actually triggered a sell signal. So there's a sell signal on Australian dollar to American dollar. First potential target is 50%, but it shouldn't be so important. I think that in the long term the price has big chances to go to 61.8, where we do have a support from the middle of November and the middle of November of 2016 and beginning of and middle of May 2017. So I think that that's the closest support here, and it goes way back here June 2016 as well. That's where the price stopped. So currently aim for this drop is here 61.8, which makes it like 190 pips trading occasion. Australian dollar to Japanese yen, normal movements. So a breakout of the support, test of the support as the closest resistance, positive test, so the price goes down. Now we just have a normal correction, and eventually the price should go lower. Another sell signal will be triggered once the price will break this gray support, which is more likely to happen with the current sentiment. American dollar to Danish crown. Luckily I don't have a position here anymore. I had a short position. I think I closed that on a break-even point as well, or on small profit. I opened that somewhere here, closed somewhere here, I guess, because the price denied this flag. So there's no longer a flag here, there's no longer a correction equality pattern, as you can see here on those rectangles here, which I'm now deleting. Instead of like a flag formation, what we do have here is a double bottom formation, and we do have a nice reversal, and now which should aim at least this. I can remove those Fibos, which can aim at least this line, which was a neckline of the recent head and shoulder formation, but let's make it a bit wider. Yeah. That's the closest target for now for this pair. WTI went significantly lower yesterday. Now we have a bounce. It's not happening on a random place. As you can see, still this upper line of the channel up formation is in the game. It was a resistance here and here and here. After the breakout, it was a support here and here. So it's not a surprise that we are bouncing from this level again. Still, the sentiment on oil is positive as long as we stay above 55.10, which is here. Euro to Japanese yen. Next instrument is still in the sideways trend, so nothing interesting here. Below important support and above important support, below important resistance. For the price action traders, it's like the worst place to trade. So we rather should stay away from those places. We want to go with the trend. Currently there is a sideways trend, so not a good place for the trend traders, trend followers. And here is cable, and this rectangle I created yesterday, well, actually a few days ago. And I told you that's the place where the bounce can happen, and look, exactly that's the place where the bounce happened. To be precise, it happened on this horizontal support, which we marked a few weeks ago, 133.10, and the price used that as a support and went higher, broke the upper line of the wedge formation. Currently we do have a positive sentiment for British pound to American dollar for cable, and there is a high chance that we will make new yearly highs, because we are very close to those highs. We have to adjust it to the most recent situation. Yes, to be more precise. So positive sentiment for cable. American dollar to Singaporean dollar, they don't want to create this flag. Okay, fair enough, we won't force them to do that. We were just ready for eventual short position, but it's not happening, so we don't have to sweat about that. The price is now testing local resistance. In case of a breakout of this resistance, we do have another one here. So American dollar to Singaporean dollar, we don't have a signal yet. New Zealand dollar to American dollar, here is the reason why we usually do not enter after the breakout of the symmetric line, after the horizontal line and the symmetric triangle, right? Because very often below the lower line of the triangle we do have a horizontal support, and the same goes the other way. Above the resistance of above the upper line of the symmetric triangle we do have a horizontal resistance. So that's why we do not enter in such situations straight away. We have to wait for the breakout of the support or a resistance. So here we have this arrow. Once the price will get to this arrow, we will have a sell signal. Actually, we should adjust this support here a bit better. Now with the respect to the recent price swings, yeah, I think it's more accurate right now. So once the price will break the yellow area, or orange, as you can see, the sentiment will be negative, and there will be a sell signal on this instrument. Let's go further. We do have American dollar to Canadian dollar with a positive sentiment after the price made a false breakout here and a hammer candlestick formation. That was very bullish. We warned about that. We even wrote an analysis at the beginning of the week. So if you're following our publications, you should be all good. And you shouldn't be surprised with the price movements on any pair, actually. Because recently all the markets, all the instruments are moving very, very technically, and it's actually easy, maybe not to predict, but to point a direction for the instruments on the market. So we do have a positive sentiment. The closest target is here, 38 pips low, higher. Depends if we will be allowed to go there before non-farm payrolls, or maybe a high number will trigger a positive sentiment towards dollar and we will see a strong upswing. Canadian dollar to Swiss franc, as long as we keep the orange support alive, there is a buy signal here. So as long as we stay above the orange area, there is a positive sentiment towards Canadian dollar to Swiss franc. Now S&P 500, which is bouncing from the midterm uptrend line created by the line connecting higher lows since the middle of November. Now we defended that line, no government shutdown, tax reform, everything is good. S&P 500 and other indexes are ready to make new all-time highs. By other indexes, I'm telling, for example, about DAX, which DAX defended a very important horizontal support on 12,900 points. After that, DAX broke the midterm downtrend line here. Also, that defense on the daily chart, that was a beautiful hammer here. So signal itself, hammer bouncing from a horizontal support, it's a buy signal itself, but also here it was strengthened by the fact that we broke this midterm downtrend line here. Currently we are aiming horizontal resistance here, but the price is doing good, and actually we should see the price on the local highs quite soon. There is a big chance that we'll get there. American dollar to Japanese yen, that's an interesting situation because as far as 2 days ago we had a sell signal here because the price broke the lower line of the flag formation, but that was just a false breakout. You know that false breakouts are signals for an opposite movement, and that's what's happening right now. Once the false breakout was discovered by the traders, was pointed by the traders, we got a strong reversal and we broke midterm downtrend line, this blue one, and we broke horizontal resistance, the gray one, which actually gives us a positive sentiment and a buy signal on American dollar to Japanese yen. The same applies with American dollar to Swiss franc, but here, and that's a very technical price action. We bounced from the horizontal support here, we broke the upper line of the flag, we broke the horizontal resistance, and then later we used this horizontal level as a support, and the price drew a beautiful hammer candlestick on H4 chart, which actually triggered a strong buy signal, 60 pips for American dollar to Swiss franc. That's a lot, and that's a very nice trading opportunity. Bitcoin is the absolute champion of this week. As you can see, since 4th of December we went almost 70% higher. Now we do have some high volatility right below $16,500 dollars. The price is very volatile here, like strong reversals, almost $2,000. We will see if that's the top or not. Probably not. Probably we can go like to $100,000 for one Bitcoin. We will see. What I know, it's that this instrument is too volatile for safe risk management and risk control techniques, systems, strategies. I respect my money that I have. I try to trade as safe as possible. So Bitcoin is not for me. I can only like watch and smile when I see those price movements. FTSE on the lower line of the symmetric triangle formation. As long as we are here, the sentiment is still positive because that's a bullish formation. Although we are close to the support, we are still above the support, which is positive. And euro to British pound finally made a breakout from the sideways trend. Sideways trend locked between support marked with a green color and a resistance marked with a red color. So a breakout of this long-term support triggers us a sell signal with a potential target here, so 380 pips lower, but obviously that is a target for this instrument, like 1 year target or something, because this pair is not so volatile. But if you're a long-term trader, investor, that's where you should be aiming right now. And euro to Swiss franc made this pennant, broke the upper line. Now we're coming back above. Not very interesting, not a legitimate trading signal. Why is that? Because it's still done between a sideways, exactly in the middle of the sideways trend here. So it's a wedge, not the place that you want to be when you're a trend follower. Okay, so we do have again very interesting movements, strong stocks, strong American dollar. Everything can change in 4 or 5 hours when we will have non-farm payrolls from US. So watch carefully. Stay safe on the markets and be aware of high volatility, because it most probably will happen. In the meantime, please take a look on our Twitter account and our website alpari.news, and remember that in half an hour we do have live trading sessions, so I will show you my account, I will show you my trades, and hopefully you will be happy with the content that I will provide. Thanks very much, and see you in half an hour.